Good morning. I'm Keith Riddle. I'm the general manager of a company called Payfinia, and I'm joined by Sarah Hoisington from Matera. And we're excited to be able to walk through the partnership and the collaboration that we pursued in order to reimagine a traditional bill payment process between a consumer and a small business that ultimately creates revenue opportunity for the community financial institution, whether it's a bank or credit union, as well as the opportunity to extend retention into that opportunity as well. So why would we take the time to focus on a bill payment use case? Well, 17 billion bills are issued every year, and 60% of those are one-time events. And we know the challenges associated with being directed to hosted payment pages or remembering passwords associated with a bill or direct site, or the fact a small and medium business may not even have a bill or site to go and make a payment. The other issues that we've tried to solve as part of this initiative is, number one, around 55% of invoice sales in the US are actually paid late. And the late period is about 43 days. Now, if you look at the payments for SMBs or businesses in general, 65% of those are credit card, either credit or debit card. And that creates an expense issue challenge for the SMB, as well as the delayed timing with ACH checks and cards in terms of settlement and reconciliation. So the other item that we address as part of this is the transparency. Consumers want greater transparency in the bill payment process as well. In fact, about 1 in 4 consumers, based upon a recent survey, were willing to actually pay a fee for faster payments where they had the transparency of that payment being posted. So basically what we focused on are instant payment exchange, lower cost, greater transparency, and increasing the payment operation efficiency for a business. So to do that, we know that there are 2 faster payment networks within the US, the RTP network and the FedNow Service. And in fact, over 60% of small and medium businesses today have received at least one ad hoc payment through those networks. However, the challenge is there aren't enough send user experiences that are fully embedded within digital banking that have layered fraud controls until today. So what we're actually going to take you through is, imagine you're a consumer, you receive an invoice, and at the bottom of that invoice there's a QR code that I can scan to make a payment. So scanning, reviewing, and making a payment. So before we go through the demo, I'll have Sarah walk through the stakeholders involved in the transaction.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. So in this demo, we are paying an invoice instantly by scanning a QR code. And what's unique about this tech, no one has to enter their bank account routing number, their username and password, get authenticated by a third party. Just scan, review, and pay. So in this demo, I'm the biller, I'm Sarah. I have an account at US Bank. Keith is my customer. He has an account at Star One Credit Union. I'm selling Keith cookies for a total amount due of $10.50. The QR code on the invoice was generated by Matera in accordance with a new standard coming from X9, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Payfinia created a composable experience embedded in Star One's mobile app. What does that mean? Well, it means that Keith's Star One mobile app has been updated so he can scan a QR code, push money from one account to another instantly over the FedNow instant payment rails. That technology also was developed in accordance with this new standard that we'll get to in a minute.
Fantastic. Thanks, Sarah. So you can see that you're looking at the digital banking experience, which is my Star One mobile banking application. A couple experiences that we've already reflected as part of our embedded payment expertise. We have Pay's already integrated as a digital wallet. But if you go to the transfer and pay screen, you can see there are a couple tiles that indicate there's instant payment capabilities or unique payment capabilities. We have an instant payment workflow, and actually that workflow delivered the first FedNow send transaction in the country. But the QR code workflow is what we're going to focus on today, going through the scan, review, and pay methodology that Sarah just indicated. So you can see I hit that tile, I'm taken to a process to scan the QR code. It is immediately going through that QR code and deciphered the information that needs to be scanned and certainly delivered as part of an API call securely we've done to the biller for the biller information. That is resident in the experience. So again, we can go ahead and review. This is my Star One checking account. It is overdue. So this is the use case we just talked about. I fall in the 55% that I haven't paid Sarah for her cookies. But now we're going to change that and deliver it instantly. So if you scroll down, you can see all the information is there. Instant payments is defaulted. However, you could have other payment methods, whether it's ACH or digital assets, are available for the consumer to make the payment as long as the FI and the merchant both accept it. So I'm going to go ahead and pay this secure invoice for $10.50. In a matter of 4 to 5 seconds, this is going to move instantly from my *1 checking account, debited from that, delivered through the FedNow Service, and you can see the payment's already been processed and would be available in Sarah's account. And you can see all the transaction IDs are available, so if I ever had to do an inquiry, I could certainly work with my institution to do that. So again, scanning, reviewing, and paying, and secure exchange of all the data, so I didn't put any information regarding Sarah's account to initiate that payment.
Now we're going to move to my mobile banking app. You can see this is my US Bank app. I was paid $10.50 by Keith Riddle using FedNow. So simple, right? You know, you're probably wondering, why aren't we all paying this way already? Well, it's because we don't have a standard in the US for secure QR code payments. In many other countries, this is the way consumers pay. The exciting news is that standard is coming to the US thanks to X9. For those who don't know, X9 is an organization, a standard-setting body here in the US for financial services, been around over 50 years. They've developed over 250 standards, and they're working right now on this QR code standard that will unlock this bill payment opportunity that you saw here today, so that consumers can pay an invoice instantly by the instant payment by scanning a QR code. All they need to do is scan, review, and pay.
So if you'd like to learn more about not only what's possible, but what's available, please stop by the Payfinia booth. We're happy to entertain any questions or interest. Thank you.